But it's all good to have everybody in the house. We have Magix. The first time I ever came across his music, that was 2 years ago, and it was myself and Kemi Smalls. Right, I'm happy for you that you got a deal because you had the depth and it's good. Boy Spice was a guy. I'm sure everybody figured it out when he dropped some freestyle on YouTube. Right, I think it was YouTube or Instagram. Right, and I mean everybody gets found different ways. First, I want to ask you guys, how did you get signed?
I just finished school.
Yeah.
And I was putting out like a lot of like freestyles and stuff. And I remember like giving people like my CD and giving people like my page for people to like follow and stuff like that. So one fateful midnight, I got reached out to, and that was like the best night.
Do you remember the date?
No, but it was March.
It was March. Like at least you remember it was March.
2020.
And you slept well, right?
Actually, I was seeing Netflix, so I couldn't sleep to the next morning. I was just staring at my phone.
That's good. That's good. Now, the part I really want to get is people know it is magic for you when you pick an artist and they know that this artist is going to blow, right? What do you see before you pick anybody to sign?
Yeah.
It's talent, though. I see talent, I see vision, I see seriousness. Because there's a lot of artists that are out there and they think they're serious, but they're not serious.
Absolutely.
Or some people will be on Instagram and they've already started acting like
Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, like Jagaban already before they even get signed. You understand? So, but when I see an artist that is like pushing themselves already and entertaining their little fan base that they have, the one that you have, even if it's only 100 people that is there, entertaining them, and those ones are there commenting, when are you dropping EP? When are you dropping EP? At least I can see some people. So our job is to amplify that.
I like that.
You understand?
So basically, you have to put in work first, and you have to be very serious about what you're doing.
Because some of the things that they think that they know, they might not know as much. They know some things, but then obviously they say experience is the best teacher. We've been in the game for a long time, and so there's some things that we might have seen along the line. Even though things change, the industry changes, but we have a strong enough team to be able to adapt to the changes.
And I like that.
So that we can be able to impact those carry those changes now and try and teach
everybody. And that's good.
Amazing stuff, really.
Academy.
So in that 1 year, like is that the whole period where you put them through image consultancy, all of that, everything goes down. So is there any artist, like every artist goes through that process?
They do. Everybody has to. Some people actually is more than 1 year.
Oh wow.
It's not necessarily that it's supposed to be 1 year.
Yeah.
I think our own was actually just fast
tracked.
She was about 18 months, I guess.
It was a little fast tracked because I wanted a lady out at the time.
Okay.
You understand? So if not, people like Boy Spice would have come before, or some of the other artists.
We came at the same time.
You know the funny thing.
Oh.
You know the funny thing. You, Ira, and the next runner up.
Oh, so thank you for that.
You are the next runner up. I messaged you.
I want to join moving.
I can be the next runner up too.
You people in like a week, in a space of 1 week. Your was
Christmas Day.
Your next runner up was 23rd actually. It was 2 days before you. Then Anna was 31st. Was New Year.
That was a good Christmas present for you, yo. Like I'm just like literally Christmas was made for you.
Christmas morning.
And I mean, it's not like I don't know why it was Christmas. I just this is our work. We don't know every day.
It was as it moves, as the vibe is.
The truth about getting signed with other people, especially when you had your time, you see other guys come in. There's always that, not everybody, but there's always that feeling like, everybody wants to be about themselves. But how have you been able to cope and cohabit with seeing other guys getting the same deal that you had?
To be honest, like before they go sign, they were my friends.
Oh, nice.
Just my guy. Really? Just my guy. We used to take Amala together.
So Magic came to you.
But like we're all guys already.
Are you for real?
Yeah, so it's really just love, and to be honest,
So it's
just
really a
enjoy
family then.
family thing.
Love it.
I want to put you on the spot.
I think I'm an orphan who wants to adopt me. So that you guys like I can't be adopted.
You know the thing is, there's always a favorite, right? When it comes to your guys, Ira Star, every single person who do you have on your playlist that you listen to the most?
I listen to everybody, to be honest.
That's a true question.
That's like for real. Magic Verse on Overdose is one of my favorite. Iris Verse too is mad. But Spice Verse, when time it comes, that was that?
Was something unique.
Unique there, yeah.
Because I used to see sometimes Twitter they not be typing that all those all of them sound like they don't sound alike to me.
Fandoms, the
No,
fandoms.
I don't think they sound alike. I think they have specific, yeah.
They don't sound alike at all.
But
I want to throw this to you
23rd.
very quickly, Boy Spice, right? I feel like, sometimes you get into the industry, you have cold feet. What has been your biggest challenge as an artist so far?
Yes.
I love it.
Do you know, I almost say with anybody, boy.
Yo, but like Iris Star, Headies, bagging 8 nominations, like whoa,
crazy.
What's good, yo? I mean, she's great. She's so great, but yo, that's mind blowing. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing, especially because last year I remember myself and Tega were having a discussion.
Yeah.
And when they compiled the list finished, we only had one nomination that last year. So now, and it's something that they like to do on Twitter. They say, okay, this record label have how many people, this record label have how many people. We just drank our tea. We drank our tea, let you go and sleep. Well, luckily for us, but a poll got one award.
Yeah, we won the one.
We did not understand, but Isha won the award. So we're happy. I remember I was at home. I was watching the heading.
Yeah.
And they just said poll one, and I said, wow, it's crazy. The first person I called was Tega. Him too was in his house. I was like, wow, we got one. Okay, now this is beautiful. At least we got one.
Exactly. But that song deserved to win it. It was the best collaboration, I think, with Simi, right?
Yeah, we thank God. So this one now,
it's bigger.
The awards now came flowing. Not only him, both from her, and even Paul himself from one last year to five nominations this year. That's amazing. Johnny Drill as well had the couple. So we're very grateful.
Literally just swept it all.
Very grateful. See, and the most important there's the next rated category.
Yeah.
In this.
That's what I was cause fight every time.
Normally. So see, I remember we had to make a conscious decision. No, I'm serious now. We had to, because at some point I said, Tega, if we drop album for R&R, then there's no next rated this thing potential for her. And we sat down, we debated it with her as an artist. That we're about to put that album for you now, but you to also understand that means that if they're doing next rated, you're not in.
You're not going to be a part of it.
We sat down, we thought to ourselves, and we agreed that we want to put out the album regardless. And we put out the album. Without to say we should not go inside the stuff, but as the thing has come out now,
as it has happened,
and they put out, I don't know how you did it, but thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And it worked. So, now there is a disparity with. I'm coming to Crayon and Boy Spice. There's a disparity with. Sometimes I know you get questions like, you are more open-minded now. If Free Will everybody knew Don Jazz as a really quiet guy, but now you are very playful, very open-minded. Do you get questions like, sometimes the Don Jazzy was very quiet guy. You're still quiet, I know that.
But that whispering phase.
So is it a change that happened over the years?
I feel you. You see, I have pictures of my dad like back in the days, they used to wear all those bootcut jeans and all those things. So that means once upon a time they used to do all those yuppie things and they used to go out there. They go to night parties, they go to club and things. But when you grow older, you become older and wiser, and you become grandpa to everybody.
Exactly.
Oh, Benny, I don't old, man. I've done everything that you want to do now. I've done before. I have rocked the chains. I've gone to the clubs. I've played. I've gone to strip. There's something we will never do. So right now, I'm just raising young people.
I like that.
That's what
I like that.
See. The platform God has given me, let me just share it.
I love it.
And you're using it nicely.
That's the only thing. They're not tears. That's not disturbing me. Me and my father, we're not that different. We go to his page, it's the same thing. As I share people products, that's what they share too.
I totally agree.
So I don't have that time to now come and be sitting down and I'll be calculating some bunch of things that we did when we were younger. No time.
So, Boy Spice, I've got a question for you. I mean, I feel like in the span of, quite a while, like a lot of stuff changed for you, right? And how surreal does that feel from having a Christmas present that you didn't expect to having this whole different life where girls now are stressing you out?
Yeah, I'm pretty question.
It's true that, let's be specific. How does that feel for you?
It's been amazing. Like I knew stuff like this was going to happen, but I wasn't expecting it to be this way.
In this magnitude.
This big. So I'm just grateful to God and everyone that.
It's how he's smiling for me.
It's like he's having flashbacks.
From the day you kicked off your career and now, what has changed for you hugely as an artist? Now, there's difference. You have Crayon as friends and family and Crayon as a star. What has changed about you for the last time, from the first day you got signed and now? What has really changed?
A lot have changed, to be honest. Like the way I'm being perceived among my friends, like my day ones, first of all, and like the responsibilities that come from the family and like the responsibilities that comes from the fans as well, and everything. That's just it for me.
Yeah, but it's been great for you. I mean, sometimes they expect so much from you. Sometimes you have days where you just want to just be by yourself, or you just want to be yourself, or you don't want to have to spend all the money that you have. You ain't getting those times.
Yes, of course. Everybody, we're all humans, to be honest. Like everybody has their up and down days. You understand? So me, I faced mine too. So now I'll be up. I mean, having #1 song in the world right now.
I love it.
Crayon, I love that, man.
He's saying he's manifesting.
So no. A lot has changed. If I hear that, a lot has not changed. A lot has changed. For someone like Crayon, because when I sign people, and I say I introduce them to you guys, and I'm like, this guy is talented, though.
Yeah.
Last it's not me that's going to stream all the music. True. You see, it's all of you that still go to go and stream it. So my own is to just come and be ringing and go every day. This guy is talented. Go and check it out. You understand? So obviously, sometimes I think the fans maybe either maybe they're suffering from fatigue. Maybe sometimes maybe listening fatigue.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're just engrossed in some other artists or their films and things to take their time to come around. So for somebody like Crayon, I've been like, people are not hearing this boy. This boy is dope. You understand? So I'm very happy that the intentionality that we put in a song like
Overdose
was to actually make sure that people see him as the talented guy that he is.
Absolutely.
So, which is why he's obviously the one starting the song and taking the chorus to carry the team along. He's the senior in the team. He's the senior in the team. So people need to see. People must see him now. So we actually really didn't want to put Rema on this one because I really actually wanted you guys to see when we activate people, we try as much as possible to make sure we don't do like collaborations.
Yeah.
So it's like when it's Magic's EP, it's Magic's
It's
EP. So you see him for
who he is.
With Ira, you see him for him. Everybody has done their EPs now. So I felt like okay, they've seen them like small acceptance. Okay, now let's try and amplify that with one of these songs. So this particular song is it's more like an Adobe than a Dorobuchi.
Okay.
So it's like Adobe. In the other time, I decided to use it to let you guys see like the younger guys.
Okay.
As opposed to having like both
the whole
guys in there. So.
And this is better explained because people kept asking questions while I was running on.
Why we're people not on it.
We're working on an album that he is definitely a part of.
Okay.
So you still be.
So that's like a Maven All Stars album type thing.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't really like calling it Maven All Stars. Mavens. Well, I think Nigerians don't even. So now that means I've started typing Maven All Stars.
I'm telling you, because that's what everything is.
That's crazy.
So we made sure that okay, Crayon now is going to lead this pack.
Yeah.
And she did an amazing job, and we're so very happy. We're just calm here in the house. We don't
check my Insta story. Madness there.
We'll go check it out, right? But Magic's like, I mean, obviously, just like everybody else, I think the transformations or just the changes with everybody can feel so loud. And are there days where you're just like, yo, like, is this me? Even when there's the pressure, but you're still like, this wasn't a problem I had yesterday. Like, how surreal is it for you?
I think many of the things that are happening now, I feel like in my head, I've like
envisioned.
Yeah, so it doesn't really come heavy on me like that. But like what I really thank God for is that it happened at the time that it happened, and it's still happening right now. Because like I don't know what I'll be doing
if you weren't doing this.
All this. Yeah, do you understand me? Like I went to school, but like in my head, I never thought like this is what I want to do.
You know, really go.
So I never thought like this is what I want to do. You know, like I always know I want to do music. So it's just, I feel like it's just God, you know. So
was there any song you made that you felt, oh, maybe this is it before this came?
I always feel like that with every of my song. I think one funny thing is this is the one.
It's a like, mentality thing now.
I mean, like if you don't,
I think that's when I come in.
Yeah,
because me, I don't even like myself. But if the song is because you don't need to waste too much time like that.
True.
I feel like you put it in the world in its time or God's time, anyhow you want to put it.
Yeah.
It will manifest. It will turn to what it wants to turn. Exactly. Look at the gentility track, that one day track.
Yeah.
It took its time.
Look at CK's track. This thing, maybe it's 2019. When it's going to come, you have done your job. You have put out a masterpiece inside there. They don't want to accept it now. Or when you wait,
magic quickly.
Yeah. So like, I just feel like when I make my music, I always think, oh, this is the best. Every time, like that's me literally. Like any music I make, I'm like, wow. I like this one and the last one I recorded. I like this one. So that's my mentality. Until you send it to Jazzy, and I'll be like, that one. I like. This is the one thing Jazzy will tell you. I like that one. I like this one, but I like this one more. So when he tell you I like this one more, just know that
okay, that's the song, right?
Let's go with that one.
Tell me my love is your love, baby. She know when the Gucci bag or the Fendi. Yeah, she give me butterflies in my Bentley.
Projects coming out. I mean, it's nice when we're in tune to what's going on with everybody. I mean, anybody at work, Craig, are you working on anything this year? I mean, what's the plan? Because I know you guys have a calendar, right?
Yes.
So who's dropping this year?
Everybody's dropping, but not albums, because we're obviously dropping
the Maven album.
Rema has already dropped, so I think there's an album from Poe.
Okay.
And I think there's also one from Ira. So.
Oh wow. This year, right? Looking good.
This same 2022.
Looking good. And I mean, looking forward to hearing so much from everybody, because you guys are putting in work in what you do. The fact is, it's harder. He's hard in his business. Now, the thing is, what's the trick, Don, in pushing music? The trick. Let me just explain it. let me tell you, everybody makes you feel like it's some magic, or what do you guys do that's different?
It's not easy like that, though. It's not easy like that. I don't know why people think that is. It's not like that. We've been successful a couple of times, or more times than not. But then again, there's sometimes that we go to war, but then it doesn't really go according to how we planned.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop us. We'll come back again with another project. We either change the style of song, change some, tweak something.
Yeah.
So, but consistency, keep going, because like I said, every artist believes that their song is the best.
Is the best.
Is the dopest. You know, so if we try for a while, you can't start flogging a dead horse. After a while, you can leave, So after a while, you can leave it and move on to something else. You can come back later on, but actively.
I love it, Don Jazzy.
No, I'm serious now. You can't stay actively pushing the same thing.
I agree. And the thing is, you're speaking our mind as you should be. I mean, the fact is, it's great where you guys are, because I know the narrative out there is, if that guy had signed to Maven, he will have blown. I heard so many narratives like that.
It's not like that too. It's not like that, because it's possible. Sometimes all these things is also chemistry. It's possible that maybe your chemistry might not be a Maven chemistry. It's possible that you might actually be better off in another team, and they might have maybe this way they promote their own music over them might work better for you. And by all means, go and try that. But I think we did try.
No, they try.
We try the way we did, but it's not.
Can't say more than that, right?
No,
but it's not like on like me. I think I listen more than any artist, because on my I follow what the artist, the people, the consumers.
Yeah.
They're on my Twitter, Instagram. I actually listen, and at the moment, if you ask Rema fans, they want him to go and sign to an international record label, or whatever. And it doesn't always work like that sometimes. You understand? There's some artists that sign to international record label in Nigeria here that sometimes some songs work, some don't work. You understand? So all of us we're still pushing with anyhow that we can push. So it's not necessarily while people will be like, oh, if you send that guy to maybe it will work. But after a while, they want to still remove the food from Jazzy, go guys, give this guy give it to him.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. We had a great time. Shout out to Magix. Looking forward for your work. Crayon, I'm a big fan every time. I think for the first thing you did a short video of Gokam is just stuck.
That song.
Yeah, that song stuck in my head. And you know the thing is you do good. Keep working hard.
If you can help us just be playing it back again.
You know the thing is,
that's what
now that some people have discovered you now. Maybe they will not like it now.
No, but we play. He knows.
No, that song was.
But like I said, it's also good that it keeps resonating the same energy and playing the same thing. I feel like for me, in all the records you put out, everything has its own purpose. But Gokam just stuck. There's just something about it to me that's
people
magic.
are just looking at this Romana. They think that's not Crayon's best work. Crayon's work. People go ahead listen to Crayon. He has plenty dope works.
Shout out to Boy Spice for coming. Please,
he's being honest. You people should allow him.
I like it. There was a guy that I actually saw did a freestyle with him. I think that's the guy that's a runner up. I'm not sure. There was a video. You know the guy, right?
I know who you're talking about.
The runner up, we don't know yet, but I think we're trying to figure it out.
We're just trying to figure out who the runner up is.
Okay.
We'll wait.
They come.